Dear students, a warm welcome to all of you in today's English grammar class. This is your English teacher Rajni, and today we are going to discuss the grammar topic, the determiner, part 2. If you remember students, in our earlier lesson we have already discussed its first part. But today we are going to take its second part. Let me tell you that what we are going to discuss today. In today's lesson, first of all, we will take the meaning or the definition of determiners in brief. After that, we will take the types of determiners. Then, we will discuss the definite article the in detail. And at the end of the lesson, there is a practice task for you. That means I'm going to give you some practice fill-ups or fill the blanks that would be based on today's lesson. So students, I'm really very hopeful that you will enjoy this lesson. So without wasting our time, let's get started. Just take your notebooks and pens with you so that you can note down all the important things that I'm going to share with you during this lesson. Okay, students? So let's start. First of all, we will take the definition or meaning. To determine means to mark, to fix, or to limit. Therefore, a determiner is a word which limits or fixes the meaning of a noun. It is also called a noun marker. In other words, if we say a determiner is a word placed in front of a noun to specify the quantity or to clarify what the noun refers to. One more thing, students. Determiner identifies whether the noun or noun phrase is general or specific. So students, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈ, determiner ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ words ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ noun ਜਾਂ noun phrase ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਉਹ noun ਨੂੰ ਨਿਰਧਾਰਿਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ noun ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ noun phrase ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ general ਹੈ ਜਾਂ specific ਹੈ। Okay students, good. Now here is an important information for you students. Let me discuss this also. According to this, a determiner limits or fixes only the noun and not any other part of speech. There may be an adjective or adverb before the noun. That is between the determiner and the noun. But still, the determiner is concerned with the noun only. ਕਹਿਣ ਤੋਂ ਭਾਵ ਹੈ ਅਗਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿਟਰਮੀਨਰ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਕੰਸਰਨ ਸਿਰਫ ਤੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਨਾਉਨ ਜਾਂ ਨਾਉਨ ਫਰੇਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। No doubt ਕਿ ਉਸ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਰ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਸਪੀਚ ਵੀ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ। ਫॉर ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਐਡਜੈਕਟਿਵ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ, ਐਡਵਰਬ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਡਿਟਰਮੀਨਰ ਦਾ ਕੰਸਰਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਤੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਨਾਉਨ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਮੋਡੀਫਾਈ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। Okay students, let me clear this thing with an example. Here is an example for you students. You can see a sentence is written on your screen, and that is, Rima is a good girl. In this sentence, a refers to the noun girl, and the adjective good makes no difference to the function of a. Students, ਇਸ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ ਇੱਕ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਰੀਮਾ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਗੁੱਡ ਗਰਲ। ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਗਰਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਹੈ, ਗਰਲ ਯਾਨੀ ਨਾਉਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁੱਡ ਐਡਜੈਕਟਿਵ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਦਾ कोई भी फर्क नहीं पैंदा। ਹੁਣ गर्ल ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਿੰਗੂਲਰ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਲਈ ਇੱਥੇ ਅ ਦਾ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। So the determiner are the words which are directly related with noun or noun phrases. Okay students, I hope now this term is clear to you. Let's move further, and now we will discuss the kinds or types of determiners. Students, here are 5 types or kinds of determiners. And these are articles, possessives, numerals, quantitative, demonstrative. And students, the words or examples that are related to these types are: in article, there are 3 words: a, an, the. Next is possessives, and the examples of possessives are my, our, your, his, her, their, its. Next is numerals, and the example word of numerals are 1, 2, 3, 4, first, second, etc. Next is quantitative. Let's take the example words of quantitative: any, little, a little, much, some, etc. And the last one is demonstrative. And the words that come under this type are this, that, these, those. So students, this was a brief description of the types or kinds of determiner. Students, as in our previous lesson, I told you that for your better understanding, we have divided this topic into 4 different parts. In our previous part, we have just discussed the articles, and under which we have taken the indefinite articles a and an. Now, our today's lesson is based on the definite article the. Rest of other types we will discuss in our third part. Okay, students? Good. Now it's time to discuss the definite article the. ਇਸ ਚੈਪਟਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਇਸ ਲੈਸਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਡੈਫੀਨਿਟ ਆਰਟੀਕਲ the ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜਾਂਗੇ। Students, in this lesson we are working on English grammar topic articles. I know this is the lesson you need to watch. Okay students, because articles are a challenging part of English grammar, but they are really very important. They give us the information about the noun they come before. Using articles incorrectly can make sentences incorrect and also can create confusion. And this probably happens with you. So now let's try to understand what these articles are. Articles are words used with noun to specify the grammatical definiteness of a noun. In other words, they define whether something is specific or unspecific. And they are a, an, and the. Now we have further 2 types of articles. The first is indefinite, under which we have already discussed a and an. And second is definite article that we are going to discuss today. So let's start with the definite article. The is called the definite article because it points out to a definite person or a thing. Let me clear this thing with some example. I met a boy The boy told me a story. The story was very interesting. Okay, students? In this first sentence, a boy means any boy and not a particular person. In the second sentence, the boy refers to a particular person. Similarly, in the second sentence, a story means any story, but in the third sentence, the story means a particular story. Students, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਤਿੰਨ sentences ਦੇਖੇ ਹਨ, first sentence which ਹੈ I met a boy, that means मैं ਇੱਕ ਲੜਕੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ, but the boy is not a specific person, not a particular person. So ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ a indefinite article ਦਾ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ. After that, in second sentence, the boy told me a story. Now the boy is specific क्योंकि मैं उन्हें मिल चुकिया हाँ, and I'm talking about that particular boy. So here the boy is specific. That's why we have used the definite article the. But in the second part of the sentence, again a word a story is used. That means the boy is particular, but he told me a story. Now the story is not particular or specific. So that's why indefinite article a is used. Now third sentence, the story was very interesting. Here the story is particular or specific now because I met a boy, he told me a story. Story ਉਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ. Now the story was very interesting. After meeting the boy, when I heard the story became very interesting. So I think ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ general ਤੇ specific ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ difference ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰੀਦਾ ਹੈ. Okay students, so this is the way through which we use the definite and indefinite articles. Now, once again, I'm going to give you the types. There are two types of articles. The first is indefinite articles, a and an, that we have already discussed in a previous lesson. And the second is definite article the, that we are going to discuss here in detail. Let's take the definite article the. The is used to denote a particular person or thing. That I have already told you in my definition or in introduction. That means कि the ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ particular person ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ particular place ਜਾਂ particular thing ਦੇ ਲਈ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. For example, he is the boy who won the prize. So here is the boy who won the prize. She has gone to the bus stop. Now the bus stop is specific. The is used when a person, place or thing has already been mentioned. Yes students, we use the definite article the where we have already mentioned a person, place or a thing. For example, I bought a bicycle. The cycle cost me 5,000. So now let's see the difference. I bought a bicycle. मैं एक bicycle खरीदा. Now here bicycle जोड़ा है वो एक general चीज है, एक आम चीज है. But the cycle cost me 5,000. When I have purchased that cycle, I have bought it. Now it is particular or specific. Then we have used the cycle. Okay students, good. Now let's take some other examples of the. Now we will see where we can use the definite article the. The first is before the names of rivers, mountains, rains, oceans, groups of islands, bays, descriptive names of states and countries. So students, these are few terms before which we use the definite article the. For example, the Ganga, the Ravi, the Shivaliks, the Indian Oceans, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Bay of Bengal, the USA. So, before these words, we use the definite article the. Next is before the names of newspapers, magazines, companies, corporations, and organizations. Let me repeat the words once again. We use the definite article the before the names of newspapers, magazines, companies, corporations, and organizations. Let's take some examples. The Tribune, the Hindustan Times, the Life Insurance, the National Book Trust, the Punjab Roadways. Okay, the Tribune, the Hindustan Times, the Life Insurance, the National Book Trust, the Punjab Roadways. Let's move further, students, and take some more examples. Before the names of sacred books, that means we use the definite article before the names of sacred books. And for example, the Ramayana, the Guru Granth Sahib, the Quran, the Vedas, the Bible. Okay, students? Now, we also use the definite article the before musical instruments. Yes, before the names of musical instruments, we use the definite article the. For example, the sitar, the veena. Next is before the names of unique things. We use the definite article the before the names of unique things. For example, the sun, the moon, the stars. Okay? I hope students you all are noting down the rules and the examples of the definite article the. Next is before adjectives in superlative degree. Yes, students, when in a sentence there is an adjective and the superlative degree is used, we use the definite article before that degree. For example, he is the best doctor of the hospital. Mumbai is the biggest city in India. Now, students, if you have noticed that the best is the superlative degree and we have used the definite article the before this word best. And in next sentence, where the word biggest, that is also a superlative degree, we have used the definite article the before this word. So we use the definite article the before the adjectives of before the degrees of adjective in superlative degree. Okay, now the next is before adjectives used as noun. We also put the definite article the in front of those words that are adjectives but used as noun in a sentence. And the words like the sick, the poor. So these are the words before which we have used the definite article the. Okay, students? Now, next is as a part of phrase made of comparative degree. Now we use the definite article the before the part of phrases that are made of comparative degree where the comparative degree is used. For example, the higher we go, the colder it gets. Here, the word higher and colder are examples of comparative degree and we have used the definite article the before both of the words. The higher, the colder. Okay, students? Good. Last one is when a family name is used to refer to the whole family. We use this definite article the when a family name is used to describe about the whole family. For example, if we take the example, the Malhotras are a happy family. Now the word Malhotra जो है that denotes to the whole family. It is not that कि we are talking about a single person. When we say Malhotras, it means we are talking about the whole family. So here the definite article the will be used. Not only Malhotra students, you can use many other words that denote to a family. Many other surnames, many other family names are there and on which you can make different sentences. But we have to use the definite article the before that. Okay, good. So students, this was all about today's topic, the determiners. I hope you have understood this lesson well. Now, in order to check your understanding level, let me give you some practice exercises. Here I am going to give you some blanks and you have to fill these blanks at your own. Let me speak these blanks one by one. Just note down on your notebooks. The first is Dash Ganga is a holy river. It educates both dash blind and the helpers. We should look into dash depth of dash problem. It was dash daring idea. Dash boys attended the class. Okay, students, I hope you have written all the blanks on your notebooks. Now, I'm going to give you the solutions too. Just check your answers with the solutions. And I hope all of your answers are going to be correct. Okay? The first is the Ganga is a holy river. It educates both the blind and the helpers. We should look into the depth of the problem. It was the daring idea. The boys attended the class. Okay, students. So these are the solutions for your fill the blanks exercise. And I hope you have done well. Okay, students, good. Now, let's take the definition once again in order to revise this topic. So, what is the definition or meaning of the word determiner? To determine means to mark, to fix, or to limit. Therefore, a determiner is the word which limits or fixes the meaning of a noun. It is also called a noun marker. Okay, students? In other words, if we say a determiner is a word placed in front of a noun to specify the quantity or to clarify what the noun refers to. One more thing, students, determiners identify whether the noun or noun phrase is general or specific. Determiners ਉਹ ਵਰਡ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਨਾਉਨ ਜਾਂ ਨਾਉਨ ਫਰੇਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਨਿਰਧਾਰਿਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਨਾਉਨ ਜਾਂ ਨਾਉਨ ਫਰੇਜ਼ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜਨਰਲ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਸਪੈਸਿਫਿਕ ਹੈ Now, I also gave you 3 sentences to clear this term in detail. Let's take these sentences once again. Here, the is called the definite article because it points out to a definite person or a thing. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ the article ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਨਾਉਨ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਨਾਉਨ ਫਰੇਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸਣ ਲਈ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਡੈਫੀਨੇਟ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਆਮ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਦੱਸਣ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ So this is the main difference between definite article and indefinite article. Let's take the sentences also. I met a boy in first sentence. Here, a boy is not specific. The boy told me a story. Now this boy becomes specific क्योंकि मैं उसनों मिल चुकिया हाँ या मिल चुकी हाँ या मैं इस दे बारे विच फर्स्ट सेंटेंस विच गल भी कर ली है. Third, in second sentence, second part is a story. लड़का जड़ा है वो पर्टिकुलर हो गया बट स्टोरी जड़ी है वो अजे भी पर्टिकुलर नहीं है क्योंकि उसने मैनू फर्स्ट टाइम स्टोरी सुनाई है. नाउ इन थर्ड सेंटेंस द स्टोरी वॉज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. नाउ द स्टोरी इज पर्टिकुलर क्योंकि आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट स्टोरी, दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टोरी दैट द बॉय हैज टोल्ड मी. सो दिस इज द मेन डिफरेंस स्टूडेंट्स कि ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਉਸਨੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਵੀ ਯੂਜ਼ ਦ ਡੈਫੀਨਿਟ ਆਰਟੀਕਲ ਦ. Okay students, good. So this was all about today's lesson and I hope you all have enjoyed this lesson. For the next two parts students, let's stay with me. Till then, take care. Bye bye.